Today, we're diving into a powerful topic that touches on one of our deepest human desires: how to make people truly miss you. If you've ever wondered how to create a lasting impression and ensure that your presence is felt even when you're not around, you're in the right place. Imagine this. You've just spent time with someone who left you feeling inspired, valued, and deeply understood. Their presence was magnetic, and even after they leave, their impact lingers. Now think about how you can cultivate this kind of influence in your own life. What if I told you that adopting certain Stoic principles could make people miss you in this profound way? Yes, Stoicism, a philosophy that's often associated with detachment and self-control, can actually teach us how to become so compelling and unforgettable that our absence creates a noticeable void. In today's video, we're going to explore 10 transformative Stoic strategies that will not only make you more memorable, but will also enrich your interactions and relationships. These aren't just abstract concepts. They are actionable practices that can be woven into your daily life to create a profound impact. We'll start by discussing self-sufficiency, the art of being complete in yourself. When you're self-sufficient, you become a beacon of stability and confidence, which naturally draws people to you. Then, we'll delve into emotional control, learning how to manage your emotions so that you remain a source of calm and composure, even in turbulent times. Next, we'll cover intentional communication, how to speak and interact with purpose, making every exchange count. We'll also explore the acceptance of absence, understanding how embracing your own absence can make your presence even more valued. We'll discuss mindfulness in interactions, showing you how being fully present can deepen connections and leave a lasting impression. Then, we'll look at consistency in communication, why being reliable in your interactions fosters trust and makes people miss your steady presence. Our journey continues with Purposeful Living, how aligning your actions with your core values makes you a source of inspiration and admiration. We'll also tackle moderation in emotions, mastering the balance between passion and restraint to become a calming influence in others' lives. We'll explore resilience in adversity, showing you how facing challenges with strength and optimism makes you a pillar of support and encouragement. Finally, we'll examine consistency in character, ensuring that your integrity and authenticity make a lasting impact and build unwavering respect. By the end of this video, you'll have a toolkit of Stoic strategies to not only make your presence felt, but to make it profoundly missed. These practices will help you create meaningful connections, foster deeper relationships, and leave a legacy of value and impact. So buckle up as we dive into these Stoic strategies that will transform the way you relate to others and how they experience your presence. Let's get started and uncover how you can make them miss you badly in the best way possible. Self-sufficiency. Ever notice how the more you chase someone, the further they seem to run? It's human nature to desire what we can't easily have, and that's where self-sufficiency comes into play. Picture this. You're with someone who seems to need you all the time, always reaching out, always wanting to be around you. At first it might feel flattering, but after a while, it starts to feel suffocating. On the other hand, when someone is fully comfortable on their own, when they don't rely on others for their happiness, it naturally draws you in. This is where self-sufficiency becomes a powerful tool in making others miss you. When you live with a sense of independence, when you don't depend on others for your emotional well-being or constantly seek validation, you send a message that you're whole on your own. It's not about pushing people away or being distant. It's about showing them that you have a life outside of them. You have your own passions, your own goals, and your own sense of fulfillment. Think of someone who is truly self-sufficient. They don't text constantly or need reassurance in every conversation. They're confident, focused on their own growth, and comfortable in their own skin. People like this are intriguing because they exude a sense of self-respect. They don't need you to fill their time or validate their existence. They want you, but they don't need you. And that difference makes people miss you. When you're self-sufficient, your presence becomes a gift rather than an expectation, and people start to value you more when you're not around. Now, imagine being the person who doesn't rely on others for happiness. When you're content with who you are, you're free to pursue your own interests and live a full life. This freedom makes people curious. They wonder, what are they up to? Why aren't they reaching out as much? It creates a healthy distance where people realize they want to be a part of your life, even when you're not constantly seeking them out. Self-sufficiency also brings peace. You're not caught in the anxiety of needing someone's attention, and that calm is attractive. Others start to admire the way you handle yourself, and they miss that calm energy when it's gone. They start to think, I need that person in my life because they don't need me, and that makes me want them even more. In essence, self-sufficiency is about mastering your own life. When you don't need anyone to make you feel whole, you become someone people want to be around. Your independence and strength speak volumes, and it's this strength that makes others miss your presence when you're not there. The more you show that you can thrive on your own, the more people will long for the times they spent with you. Emotional control. Emotional control is another critical Stoic trait that can make people miss you. Think about how chaotic emotions can make overly reactive, constantly angry, sad, or anxious. It creates tension in relationships. Emotional control, however, brings a sense of calm and stability that people crave, even if they don't realize it. Imagine being the person who, no matter what happens, can maintain their composure. You're not easily swayed by the highs and lows of life, and because of this, you become a pillar of strength for others. When you exhibit emotional control, you provide a safe, predictable environment for others to express themselves without fear of triggering an emotional outburst. People naturally gravitate toward those who can keep their emotions in check because it makes them feel more secure and less stressed. If you're the person who can navigate challenges with poise and rationality, people will miss that sense of emotional stability when you're not around. It's the kind of calm energy that draws people in and makes them feel comfortable, knowing that you're not going to react impulsively or let emotions dictate your behavior. Emotional control doesn't mean being cold or detached. It means that you acknowledge your feelings without letting them control you. For example, when faced with criticism, instead of immediately lashing out, you take a breath, assess the situation, and respond thoughtfully. This not only shows maturity, but also signals that you're in control of yourself, something that many people find incredibly attractive. When you can demonstrate that you're not easily swayed by external circumstances, you leave a lasting impression. Now, imagine someone who is always in control of their emotions. They don't let stress overwhelm them, they handle conflicts with grace, and they're not easily provoked into anger or frustration. This type of person is a rarity in today's emotionally charged world, and when you meet someone like this, their emotional composure stands out. It creates a sense of admiration. Others begin to think, I need that kind of energy in my life. And when you're gone, they miss that balance, that steady presence that you bring to every situation. On the flip side, emotional control also protects you from being manipulated. If people know they can't push your buttons or easily provoke you, they start to respect you more. You become less predictable, more mysterious, and this intrigue can make others miss you when you're not around. Emotional control is about power, not over others, but over yourself. The power to choose how you respond to life's challenges, and that power makes you stand out in any relationship. In short, emotional control makes people miss you, because it brings stability, calm, and strength to every interaction. When you can manage your emotions, you create an environment where others feel safe, respected, and valued. And when you're not there, they'll miss that emotional steadiness that made their time with you feel more grounded. Intentional communication: Communication is often taken for granted. We talk all the time. But how often do we speak with true intention? In a world filled with shallow conversations and constant noise, being someone who communicates intentionally can be a game changer in relationships. Intentional communication means that every word you say has purpose. It's thought out, meaningful, and never thrown around carelessly. When you practice intentional communication, you listen more than you speak. You don't just respond for the sake of responding, you speak with clarity and purpose. This makes others feel heard, understood, and valued. Imagine being in a conversation where the other person is fully engaged, not distracted by their phone or thinking about what they'll say next. They ask questions that go deeper than the surface level, and when they do speak, it's with genuine interest and intent. Now think about the impact this has. In a world where so many people talk just to fill the silence, being someone who communicates thoughtfully is refreshing. It makes your words carry weight. People start to pay attention when you speak because they know you don't waste words. You're not constantly chatting for the sake of it, so when you do say something, it matters. And when you're not around, people miss those meaningful conversations. Intentional communication also means being clear about your boundaries and expectations. You don't play games or leave people guessing. This directness is a form of respect. It shows that you value both your time and theirs. When you communicate intentionally, you remove confusion and build trust. People know where they stand with you, and that kind of clarity is rare. The beauty of intentional communication is that it's not just about talking, it's about connecting. When people experience genuine, thoughtful conversation with you, it leaves a lasting impact. They'll remember how you made them feel truly heard, and that's something they'll miss when you're not around. Being intentional in your communication shows that you care about the quality of the interaction, not just filling space with words, and that makes people appreciate your presence even more. Acceptance of absence. In relationships, we often feel the need to constantly be present in someone's life to maintain a connection. But what if the opposite were true? What if accepting absence, both your own and others, was the key to making them miss you? This is where Stoic wisdom comes into play. Absence can create longing, and by embracing it, you allow others the space to realize your value. When you're always available, people can take your presence for granted. You become a constant, something expected rather than appreciated. But when you're not afraid to step back and allow space in a relationship, it creates an opportunity for the other person to reflect on what you bring into their life. Accepting absence means you don't fear being away from someone because you're confident that your bond doesn't rely on constant proximity. It's like the old saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. When you're not always around, people start to notice the void your absence creates. They begin to appreciate the qualities you brought to the table, the emotional stability, the intentional communication, the self-sufficiency. Accepting absence also shows that you trust the relationship enough to let it breathe. You're not clinging or demanding constant reassurance, which in turn makes you more attractive and trustworthy. More importantly, accepting absence allows you to focus on yourself during those times apart. It gives you the freedom to continue growing, to pursue your own interests, and to live your life fully. When you return to the relationship, you're bringing a version of yourself that has evolved, which makes the time together even more valuable. In essence, embracing absence is a form of emotional maturity. It's the recognition that true connections don't require constant contact. By being comfortable with absence, you create space for others to miss you and long for your return, which strengthens the bond between you. Mindfulness in interactions. Mindfulness in interactions isn't just about being present. It's about being fully engaged with the person you're interacting with. It's the art of paying attention to the moment without being distracted by your own thoughts, feelings, or external factors. When you practice mindfulness, you create a space where the other person feels genuinely valued and heard. Imagine a typical conversation where the other person is distracted by their phone or thinking about their next response rather than listening to you. This can be frustrating and make you feel like your words are falling on deaf ears. Now, contrast that with a conversation where the other person is fully present, making eye contact, nodding in understanding, and responding thoughtfully. This level of engagement makes you feel truly acknowledged, and it deepens the connection between you. When you're mindful, you also become more aware of nonverbal cues. Body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice play a crucial role in communication. By paying attention to these cues, you can respond more appropriately and empathetically. For example, if someone seems upset, your mindful awareness allows you to address their emotions with sensitivity rather than brushing them aside. Mindfulness also helps you manage your own reactions. When you're fully present, you're less likely to react impulsively or let your emotions dictate your responses. This thoughtful approach can lead to more meaningful and productive conversations. It shows respect for the other person's perspective and fosters a deeper level of trust and understanding. In practice, mindfulness in interactions means being genuinely interested in what the other person is saying and asking questions that reflect your engagement. It's about actively listening and providing feedback that shows you're absorbing and valuing their input. This creates a richer and more satisfying exchange, making others appreciate your presence more. When you consistently practice mindfulness, people start to look forward to your interactions because they know they'll be met with genuine attention and care. And when you're not around, they miss that depth and quality in conversations. Your presence becomes associated with a special kind of attentiveness that is rare in today's fast-paced world. Consistency in communication. Consistency in communication is about creating a stable and predictable pattern in your interactions with others. It means being reliable and dependable, which builds trust and strengthens relationships. When people know they can count on you for consistent communication, it creates a sense of security and reliability. Think about how frustrating it can be when someone is inconsistent in their communication. One day they're responsive and engaged, and the next, they're distant or unresponsive. This unpredictability can create confusion and strain in relationships. In contrast, when you're consistent, you establish a reliable pattern that people can depend on. They know when to expect your messages and what kind of responses they'll receive. Consistency doesn't mean you have to be in constant contact, but it does involve being regular and dependable in your interactions. For instance, if you've established a routine of checking in with someone or providing updates, sticking to that routine shows that you value the relationship. It reinforces the idea that you're committed to maintaining the connection. Being consistent also means following through on your commitments. If you say you're going to do something or be somewhere, making sure you do it builds trust and credibility. People appreciate knowing that they can rely on you to keep your promises and be true to your word. Moreover, consistency in communication helps prevent misunderstandings and misinterpretations. When your communication is steady and clear, it reduces the chances of confusion and helps maintain a smooth and effective exchange. This reliability makes your interactions more meaningful and valued. When you consistently show up in your communication, people start to appreciate the stability you provide. They come to rely on you for dependable interactions, and when you're not around, they miss that sense of reliability. Your consistent presence becomes an integral part of their lives, and your absence is felt more acutely. Purposeful living. Purposeful living is about aligning your actions with your core values and long-term goals. It's the practice of living with intention and making choices that reflect your true passions and aspirations. When you live purposefully, you not only create a fulfilling life for yourself, but also inspire others with your drive and clarity. Consider someone who wakes up each day with a clear sense of direction. They have goals that they're working toward, and their daily actions are aligned with their larger vision. This sense of purpose creates an aura of energy and enthusiasm that is contagious. People are naturally drawn to those who live with intention because it reflects a commitment to personal growth and fulfillment. Living purposefully also means that you're not merely reacting to life circumstances, but actively shaping your path. You make decisions based on what aligns with your values and long-term objectives, rather than being swayed by immediate desires or external pressures. This proactive approach to life creates a sense of stability and direction that others find admirable. Moreover, when you live with purpose, you bring a sense of passion and excitement to your interactions. Your enthusiasm for your pursuits is evident, and it can be inspiring to those around you. People miss the vibrancy and motivation you bring to their lives when you're not around. Your purposeful living becomes a source of inspiration and a reminder of what it means to pursue one's dreams with determination. In essence, purposeful living is about creating a life that reflects your deepest values and goals. By living with intention and passion, you make a profound impact on those around you. Your purposeful approach to life becomes a beacon that others look to for inspiration, and they miss that sense of drive and clarity when you're not present. Moderation in emotions. Moderation in emotions is a key principle in Stoicism that involves finding a balance in how you experience and express your feelings. It's about avoiding extreme reactions and maintaining a steady, composed demeanor in all situations. By moderating your emotions, you create a sense of stability and calm that others find reassuring. Think about someone who reacts to every situation with intense emotion, whether it's extreme happiness or deep frustration. This kind of emotional volatility can be overwhelming and exhausting for those around them. In contrast, someone who practices moderation in their emotions remains calm and composed, even in challenging situations. This balanced approach provides a sense of security and predictability. Moderation in emotions also means not letting external circumstances dictate your emotional state. Instead of being easily swayed by setbacks or stressors, you maintain a level-headed perspective. This ability to stay grounded and measured is particularly valuable in high-pressure situations, as it helps you respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Moreover, moderating your emotions involves being aware of and managing your internal responses. It's about acknowledging your feelings without letting them control your behavior. This self-regulation allows you to interact with others in a calm and considerate manner, creating a positive and stable environment. When you consistently demonstrate moderation in your emotions, people start to appreciate the calm and steady presence you provide. They come to rely on your ability to handle situations with grace and composure, and when you're not around, they miss that sense of emotional stability. Your moderated approach to emotions becomes a valuable aspect of your interactions, making you a source of reassurance and balance. Resilience in adversity. Resilience in adversity is the ability to navigate challenges and setbacks with strength and determination. It's about facing difficulties head-on, maintaining a positive attitude, and continuing to move forward despite obstacles. When you exhibit resilience, you become a source of inspiration and support for those around you. Imagine someone who encounters a setback but responds with a problem-solving mindset and unwavering optimism. Instead of being overwhelmed by adversity, they view challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. This resilience creates a sense of admiration because it reflects a strong and courageous spirit. Resilience also means maintaining a sense of purpose and direction, even in tough times. You don't let adversity derail your goals or aspirations. Instead, you remain focused on your long-term objectives and continue to pursue them with determination. This steadfastness provides a sense of stability and motivation to those around you. Furthermore, demonstrating resilience involves managing stress and setbacks in a way that doesn't negatively impact your interactions with others. You maintain a positive outlook and continue to support those around you, even when facing your own difficulties. This ability to stay strong and supportive makes you a valuable presence in the lives of others. When you consistently show resilience in the face of adversity, people come to admire and rely on your strength. They miss the inspiration and support you provide when you're not around, and they value the example you set in handling challenges with grace and determination. Your resilience becomes a source of motivation and encouragement, making your presence more impactful and missed. Consistency in character. Consistency in character is about maintaining integrity and authenticity in all aspects of your life. It involves staying true to your values, principles, and beliefs, regardless of external circumstances. When you exhibit consistency in character, you build trust and respect, making your presence more impactful and valued. Think about someone who consistently acts with honesty, fairness, and respect. Their behavior aligns with their stated values and principles, creating a sense of reliability and trustworthiness. People appreciate knowing that they can count on you to be true to your word and to act with integrity in all situations. Consistency in character also means that you handle situations with the same principles and values, regardless of who you're interacting with or what's at stake. You don't change your behavior based on circumstances or individuals. You remain true to your core beliefs and principles. This steadfastness creates a strong foundation for relationships and reinforces your credibility. Moreover, being consistent in character involves being authentic and transparent. You don't put on a facade or try to be someone you're not. Instead, you present your true self, which fosters genuine connections and trust. People miss the authenticity and reliability you bring when you're not around, and they value the consistency of character that makes you a dependable. As we wrap up this exploration into making people miss you profoundly through Stoic strategies, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've undertaken together. We've delved into 10 transformative practices rooted in Stoicism that can significantly impact how others experience your presence and absence. First, we explored the essence of self-sufficiency, learning how being complete within yourself fosters a sense of confidence and independence that naturally draws people in. We then tackled emotional control, discovering how mastering your emotions enhances your ability to remain a calming and composed influence in others' lives. Our discussion on intentional communication revealed the power of purposeful interactions in leaving a lasting impression. We moved on to the acceptance of absence, understanding how embracing the role of absence can amplify the value of your presence. By practicing mindfulness in interactions, we learned how being fully engaged in each moment enriches connections and makes your time with others even more memorable. The principle of consistency in communication highlighted how reliability and predictability in your interactions build trust and respect. Our journey continued with Purposeful Living, which showed how aligning your actions with your core values inspires admiration and attraction. We examined the art of moderation in emotions, balancing passion with restraint to maintain a serene and attractive demeanor. Resilience in adversity demonstrated how facing challenges with strength makes you a pillar of support and encouragement. Finally, we discussed consistency in character, emphasizing how maintaining integrity and authenticity ensures that you're always remembered for who you truly are. Throughout this video, we've equipped you with practical Stoic strategies to enhance your impact on others and ensure that your absence is felt deeply. These principles aren't just theoretical, they are actionable practices that can be seamlessly integrated into your daily life. By embodying these Stoic virtues, you'll not only enrich your interactions, but also cultivate relationships that value and miss your presence. Reflect on the ways these strategies can be applied to your own life. How can you become more self-sufficient, practice emotional control, or communicate with greater intention? Consider how embracing your absence, being mindful, and living with purpose can transform your relationships and make your presence genuinely impactful. As you integrate these practices into your life, you'll find that the way others experience you will shift profoundly. Your presence will become a cherished part of their lives, and when you're not around, they'll feel the void your absence creates. This isn't just about being memorable, it's about creating meaningful connections and fostering relationships that are built on trust, respect, and genuine appreciation. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoic strategies for making people miss you. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on how to enhance your life through Stoic principles. And as always, stay tuned for more episodes where we continue to explore the powerful teachings of Stoicism and their application to modern life. Remember, making people miss you isn't about seeking validation. It's about becoming a person whose presence enriches the lives of others and leaves a lasting, positive impact. Embrace these Stoic practices and watch as your relationships and interactions transform in profound and meaningful ways.